106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Biden is asleep. Kamala is at a dance party with Beyonce. 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 Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. 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 Party with Beyonce. 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 Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce.
Break my heart, say you love me again. Undo this hurt you caused when you walked out the door and walked out.
November 6th, guys. It is Double Impact. We are back, guys. America is so back. Thank goodness. Guys, it's going to be a great show tonight. Double Impact. I've got the man himself, Jericho Green, of course, my great co-host. And guys, we have special guests, two dudes that are almost as handsome as Jericho and I. Dean is here. Matthew Marsden will be in a little bit later. Jericho, how are you feeling tonight?
Fucking great, man. Great. Wonderful. I love it for so many reasons, and I'm sure we'll get into all of them, but I feel great, man. It was more than just Trump winning. It was more than just a Trump victory. It was the American people saying, that's it. It's enough.
That's enough, right? It's like
it's enough.
That concept of men who just wanted to be left alone.
Mm-hmm.
And he kept poking and just turned around like that is enough.
It reminds me of, I forget what movie this is from. He says, I'm mad as hell. I'm not going to take it anymore.
I believe that was Network, some movie from the 80s, I believe.
Yeah, that's where we are, and it's across all lines, racial, religious, like everybody stood up and said, fuck that. I love it. What's up, Dean?
Welcome into the All-American Patriot himself.
Look at you in your Donald Trump gear. Dance party with Beyonce.
That's right.
Dance party with Beyonce. Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. President gave me this himself in the Oval Office.
That's right. Wow. That's right.
He was running in 2020. I didn't ask him to sign it because I felt like, I didn't want to bother him. Yeah, I didn't. Look, man, I am awesome. So happy.
Right.
Man. I'm so happy that I want to have a dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Beyonce. I am in such an optimistic, great, fantastic mood at this unity government coming in. I'm so excited for the things that RFK Jr. is going to do. I'm excited for, obviously, for the number one, for the things that President Trump is going to do. This wokeism crap is going to be done. We're not going to have all that crazy illegal immigration.
Oof.
We're not going to have hello, Christy Manning. We're not going to have all that madness there. And I just feel like common sense has won. This unity government's fantastic. Tulsi Gabbard, Vivek Ramaswamy, who's a genius. Elon Musk, who is a genius. I mean, look out. We're going to have a dance party with Beyonce.
That's right.
I love that
Maybe
jam.
By the end of Trump's second term, he'll win over Beyonce, and he'll have a dance party with her.
Yeah, she'll remix that shit. Beyonce will be on the song "Dance Party" Beyonce. You know what, man?
I would crank that in the car.
I saw, I think it was DC Drano on Instagram. I think he's the one who posted it, and it said that in 2020, Trump would have not had the House or the Senate and the impeachments, and he wouldn't be able to do anything. But now he has the House, he has the Senate, he has the Supreme Court. He obviously has the White House, the popular vote. Everybody's behind him. So this is definitely a better situation. But man, do we have to crawl through some shit to get through it? But man,
we're here now. Time for that.
Yeah, you're totally right. You're totally right, Jericho. It is a little bit of 2020 as hindsight, but if he had won the second term, he would have had stupid Mike Pence, the Democrat Congress, more impeachment, and they would have just gummed up the works, and then we'd be having President Kamala now or something. You know what I mean? And we wouldn't have the mandate. We wouldn't have all the House and all that. So, we took the long way, but it was the better way. So
it was worth
it. He learned a lot. I think President Trump learned a lot being out, losing that the way it was, quote, lost, which I don't know if you saw voter turnout
we'll get into that. We'll get into that. Well, there's been an amazing thing going on. But before we get into that, I want to ask you both real quick. How did you spend the night last night? Because I predicted to friends and family like 2 weeks ago, landslide, and they will announce it tomorrow night. Elon Musk and those guys, they got the security all buttoned up, too many eyeballs on everything. And I turned out to be right. We sat around. You saw, I texted both of you the pictures of me with the cigars and the gold chains, and all four of us got cigars. None of us know how to smoke them. We've never smoked cigars, me and the wife and the two grown-up kids. Big Baby did not have a cigar. But it was a great moment.
Why? The only reason Big Baby didn't have a cigar is Big Baby didn't want one.
That's right.
That's right.
Because if Big Baby wanted a cigar, she would have gotten her hands.
Yeah, she wants a stogie, Hey, you better make it happen.
It was a great moment. When you have kids, we're all fathers here. We all love our kids and our families. You think of the future more when you have kids, and you think about how important this stuff is. Because we're going to be gone. The three of us will be dead one day, and they'll be here without us. And that's such a scary thought if you didn't have, religion in your life, and then the country screwed up and stuff. So it was, I got a son that's fighting age. So do you, Dean. We don't want him going to Russia and all this stuff and getting blown up by a drone. It's gosh damn, dude. So
how did you spend it, Jericho? How did you spend the election?
I was doing a live stream, and just as it got closer and closer, and I often say on my channel that I'm gonna buy waterfront property on the low road, because I didn't forget the sweet and sour sniffles, as I call it. I did not forget the last 4 years. I did not forget what you said about Trump, what you said about us, what you said about me, what you said about Black folks and people of color and what we're supposed to do and how we're supposed to perform politically, and all the lies and the gaslighting. And I didn't forget that. And I'm not going to forget that. And I'm going to wallow in, you remember the Calgon commercial? Calgon, take me away.
Take me away.
I'm just going to be in a tub of leftist tears, and I'm going to enjoy it, because you guys put us through a lot of bullshit, totally disregarded facts and logic, and you were willfully ignorant. You know what he meant. You know what's really going on, but you act like you didn't. You act, and you said all these terrible things, and you said all these terrible things about who supported him. So I'm not going to forget that. This is vindication. And I think that Trump, I don't think he's going to be on a vengeance tour. This isn't going to be vengeance tour 2024. This is going to be Trump serving his last term. He can't. No, this is going to be laser focus. That's what this is going to be. This reminds me of that Japanime cartoon called Fist of the North Star.
Right.
And there's a scene where he's walking through like this city and the buildings are falling and the skyscraper falls on his head, but it just breaks in half and he doesn't break stride. He just keeps walking through. That's going to be Trump. He has a mission. He has a goal.
Right.
His acceptance speech was amazing last night. He said he's going to fight for us with every breath in his body. God saved him for a reason. God kept that bullet from going through the back of his head for a reason. And he believes that that reason is to serve the American people. That's all we want. We want our public servants to serve. If I have a housekeeper, I don't want you pulling up a seat at the table. You're supposed to be doing housekeeper shit. So you're a servant, serve. That's all we want. I don't care what package you come in. Just make sure it's a qualified package and you have my best interest at heart. I don't care. I'm an American snob. Yeah, we got sympathy for the rest of the world. We want them to do well, blah, blah, blah. We want to see America doing well first. When we do well,
Right.
Everybody holding on to our coattails, they do well as well.
A rising tide floats all boats.
Right.
Damn it.
100%. I spent the night with my son and his girlfriend sitting there watching it. You know, at first I was trying to like do stuff up here in my office and this and that. And then finally my son was screaming at me. He's like, we want this. We got this. Like, get down here. All right. He goes, it's getting too good. So I went down with him and I had my cowboy hat on. We had,
nice.
a bottle of wine. We didn't break it out till we won.
Mm-hmm.
And we were just watching nervously the whole time.
Yeah.
But it was an excited, nervous, like, because he was up the whole time. It's like, all right, it's looking good. It's looking good. The blue wall, okay, I don't know, but nervous that there's some sort of shenanigans were going to happen.
Yes.
Because of what happened in 2020.
Yeah,
So,
we all have PTSD from that shit where he was winning everything. And then 8 p.m. Pacific time. Oh, we got to stop the count. We'll get back to it. 3 a.m, 5 jillion ballots come in the middle. No, man.
All for Sloppy Joe. All of them were for Sloppy Joe. All of them?
Right.
All of them? Yeah, all of them.
And you know what?
We didn't question that.
That speaks to the point that Gabe was making, how important it is to how important your family is, how important it is to be with your family in important moments like this, historic moments. This was a curb stomping. Don't let MSNBC and all them water this down. This is a curb stomping, not only in the Electoral College, in the popular vote. The people are tired of it. But Gabe mentioned family. And you, Dean, we've met you. And I'm sure, I hope that all the people in the world who have met you understand that you're a good guy, you're a nice guy, you're a regular guy, right? But you're in Las Vegas and you're Dean Cain. So you could have done a plethora of other things last night. You could have watched it. I'm sure you could have found some room with large TVs and watched it there or wherever, but you chose to be at home with your son, witnessing history.
100%. And there's no place in the world I would rather be than with my son sitting there and watching it. My parents are 5 minutes away. It was a little late for them, so they didn't want to come over, listen to my madness, because we were screaming at the TV. I went out when we won Pennsylvania. Thank you, Tony C. I was sitting there, and when he won Pennsylvania, I went outside the front of my house onto my street and just screamed. Ah! And I think I heard other people like answer back.
Hell yeah!
And I went out the back of my house, and there's a whole big gully there and houses across the way. And I went out there and just screamed. And I could have sworn maybe it was my echo, but I heard other people screaming back. So it was a wonderful, wonderful day. Honest to goodness, and I don't mean this with any hyperbole. Last night, changed the world.
It did. It changed. I think it saved the Western world from communism.
Oh, the world will be in a much better place after yesterday, and I can't wait. I am so optimistic. Janine cheered too. Good.
Yeah, good. It's wonderful, man.
My daughter teared up a little bit. She said she was really nervous. She's a young mother, right? I got Big Baby's gonna be 2 years old on December 5th. Oh, are we chugging out?
Uh-oh.
Is it me? Is it me or is it just Dean?
think it might just be Dean.
Okay, so you can hear me. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's Dean Kate, everyone. He had to go.
In and out, man. Thank you for your time. But that was amazing, man. And we're so optimistic. But that PTSD that you mentioned, man, I didn't like that feeling. I didn't like that. I didn't like that feeling of they did this to us before. It was a real feeling. That was a real emotion that millions of people were feeling. We've been here before. It's all good until this part. Yeah, of course, I've been here. It was cool. We were winning. We were high-fiving. We were excited.
Right.
And then we wake up to a bunch of horse shit. So, yeah, I didn't like that. But that feeling is gone. That feeling will never return.
My wife told me she was a little afraid of departments. No, my wife was telling me
it's time to get rid of a few departments, and that's going to happen.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Education.
Hell yeah.
Afuera. Yep. Like Javier Milei and
right. Bukele
in El Salvador.
Right,
We're on that run. Now Canada puts Polyev in. That'd be a fantastic. We start getting some common sense running some countries.
Yeah.
And I think Trump will exert whatever force he has to twist elbows, twist arms in Europe and make them stop cracking down on their people commie style. I don't know how that would work legally, but I think he'll be able to do it. Gavin Newsom already sent out a message today, afraid. I'll let you tell me, but Gavin Newsom is already afraid of Trump. He said today, I congratulate Trump on his victory, this, that, and the other. But, it's a federal system and states have rights. So he already knows that that Trump is coming to help fix things here in America's finest
city. So Gavin was happy that Roe versus Wade went back to the states.
Right.
Gavin was saying, right? Just happy that it became back to a states' rights issue. How it's going to happen in the UK and Europe and whatever is because Donald Trump makes them pay their allotted amount of money to the UN, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And if you don't pay which they never do, no one's been doing it. It's been all the United States, and the UN has been a joke.
Yep.
Hail,
it's been us. We are the UN.
That's how it changes. And they're all afraid of him. They're all afraid of him because he might do anything as far as they're concerned.
Yeah.
Because he's
say unpredictable.
This, but he's negotiating.
And I
can't wait.
And that's how
it's already happening right now. He's on the phone with world leaders because we don't have a president currently.
Where is he?
The Oval Office for over 100 days now. There's nobody there. So now they know there's a president and there's a president to deal with.
Oh, man.
I can't even imagine the phone calls the president is.
Hey, you know what? Trump's getting he's getting like 100 of those what do they call them? Those edible arrangements from all these countries. Hey, Trump, looking good. Good to have you back, man. Hey, we got to get together. You got to come out to the villa.
Hey,
looking
man,
good.
Man,
Congratulations. A lot of ass kissing. He's gonna have a lot of lipstick prints on his hind parts real soon. And you're right, Dean. It's already happening. These people aren't waiting till January. They already know what's up, and I like that. What's so outrageous about pay your fair share, man? We're all at this table eating. The bill is here. Why am I paying 85% of the UN? That's us. We are the UN. Take us out of the equation. Who's going to respect the rest of the countries left in the UN if we leave? Nobody.
Pay your fair share. Pay your fair share. I will not rat them out by name, but I had a family member when I was in college who would come to visit me and my brother from about an hour away, and he wanted to go to this old drive-in that had awesome burgers and fried chicken and shrimp baskets, and he didn't have his wallet every time he came to see us and order the most expensive thing on the menu. So that lasted about 3 or 4 times. And then on time number 4, it's like, do you have your wallet? I'll go to lunch, but you need to show me your wallet first.
Gabe, I told you I was sorry about that. Right. And I told you I'll bring my wallet. Why do you have to throw me out there?
I didn't say your name, but you know.
said we were cool.
I left it at home in Las Vegas when I drove to San Diego.
Right.
This mistake.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're
Could happen to anybody.
Like, oh yeah, lobster tail appetizer.
Yeah. I want 6 of those.
What's Wagyu? I'll take one of those Wagyu burgers.
Wagyu is a Japanese beef.
He's like
highest grade beef. It's
what's on this seafood tower? What comes with the seafood tower?
What's market price? What does market price mean? I'll take that market price one.
Market price, that's you're going to be paying that.
What is this prefix chef selection? What is all this? Oh goodness, yeah. You know who you are. cousin of mine.
Man.
Bring your damn wallet.
You sent me a picture of you with your wallet before we go.
And today's newspaper and wallet. Just holding them both up.
Son of a bitch.
And we know it's today's newspaper because we know who's going to be on the cover.
That's right. Oh man, I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm so happy.
It's crazy.
And it's unbelievable, man. Because
there's that graph.
The censorious, is that a word? I made it up if it isn't.
Yeah.
Authoritarians at YouTube may not let us say exactly the STOLEN word, but it is so funny to me. I've been tweeting at strangers all day, liberals that keep posting this. How did 20 million less Democrats vote this time? And I write back to them, you've almost got it. You've almost got it. Come on. So you're telling me literally Hitler ran for president yesterday and 20 million Democrats just stayed home, huh? Is that what I'm supposed to believe? Or maybe there's something funny about all those votes.
Fishy, fishy.
Yeah.
Weird.
Because you guys couldn't just sit home in the face of Hitler 2.0. You couldn't do that. As a human being, you have to, you have to stop him from taking over the world. So naturally.
Yeah, what Hitlerian sort of things is he supposed to be doing? Because he's
I've been bossing my wife around all day because of Project 2025.
And my wife had to vote in secret. She couldn't tell me about it because she knows. Well, he's going to do the Project 2025, the aforementioned Project 2025. He's going to do some kind of re-education camp for the alphabet soup group. He's going to be separating interracial couples. So, like, let's say your wife is from another country, she's out of here. They're going to hold up a piece of drawing paper, like white paper, next to her. And if she's darker than that piece of paper, they're going to rip her screaming and crying from your arms. And then, this is what Whoopi Goldberg said, after he sends her back to her dirty brown country, he's going to pair you up with a white woman.
Will we be forced against our wills to sire children with white women?
Yeah.
I've been there.
That's what it sounds like.
Long story. I made that movie.
Oh no, please stop.
Not another one.
I can't do anything.
Number 4.
Yeah, it's so crazy. Because I spoke with Kevin Roberts, the head of the Heritage Foundation, about that whole situation. We sat there and discussed it. He's like, no, it's like a menu. If they likes any of these things, these are all these. We would do it every election. So them try to that whole Project 2025 baloney. If he likes something on there, hey, if it's good policy, it's good policy. Doesn't mean that everything's going to happen. He's not changing anything. Yes, Oprah, you'll be able to vote again, Oprah, in 4 years. Heck, in 2 years, midterms. You'll be like that stuff. That's hyperbole and that fear mongering and all that ridiculousness. It makes me want to go have a dance party with Beyonce. A dance party with Beyonce. I love that song. I'm going to rip that from something.
And I love how the power of the wrong type of celebrity is gone, because they brought out insert A-lister here, Beyonce, the dance party. Beyonce. She came out there. Oprah's out there. All these, name it. Leo.
And they paid them though.
Paid them big time.
White shows up at the RNC. You think they paid for him to fly his own jet from his vacation to come back? No. Did you think that I got paid to go to the RNC? No. Do you think they're paying for anybody, Hulk Hogan, to come in? No. Everybody's doing that organically while they're paying for it, and it comes off as inauthentic, like the entire campaign was.
And people can smell it on you. They can smell it on you. Ugh.
Didn't they start off with like Megan Thee Stallion, who's like disgustingly sexual in all her rap songs? And,
Gabe,
and they had
I knew you were.
Glorilla. I don't know who Glorilla is. She's some rapper woman, and she literally is talking about showing off her moose knuckle at the rally.
Okay,
the song. That's what she said.
I knew you were gonna bring this up, Gabe, and I have a rebuttal for that. Number one, if you want people to take you seriously, if you're gonna run America, the world's superpower, the number one country in the world, you got to have people bending over and shaking their ass.
Oh,
all right, because
that's how that works.
That sends a direct message. We are serious. If you bend over and show your birth canal to the crowd. Now,
Kamala, gasoline costs too much. Then she
Hey,
has Cardi B wiggle
twerk,
something at me, and then
shake
I'm
it.
like, cool.
Shake it. No, everything's fine. My hunger pangs have gone away.
Oh, yeah.
And Glorilla, if you take Megan Thee Stallion and like remember that scene from Hannibal where he took the top of Ray Liotta's head off and he was fine until he took a piece of his brain. So take a piece of Megan Thee Stallion's brain out, and that's Glorilla. It's a runny shit sandwich all the way. Cardi B, I call her Retardy B. That speech that she did, that shit was horrible. J-Lo, horrible. All of it. And they just knew if we just give them these little shiny things to look at and tell them that Trump is coming for your wombs, we got it. We got it, guys. Abortion and celebrities. Let's do it. It sounds like one of those parties they probably all went to. You know, it's disgusting. And it didn't work. It didn't work. And when he got up on stage last night, the squad that he had up there on stage with him, you think if Kamala won, those words burn my lips to say. But if she did, what would her squad look like? Would it look like that? Would it look like the owner of the UFC and her beautiful family that she actually made and all of these great minds and creators and innovators? Or would it be like, oh, that's what happened to all the band geeks and drama
There it
geeks?
is. It would be Walls.
Come on.
And
Look at
Emhoff.
this doofus. Look at
They
these
trot
dorks.
these two turbo cucks out trying to appeal to men. This
is the new masculinity. This is the reimagined version of masculinity. I bet you when you shake
this is what settled the western half of America.
This was it.
This is what defeated evil in World War II. Really?
Yes. These guys
I'll be honest though. I was the most worried about last night when it looked like it was almost totally over that Trump had it. I was worried, and Tim Walz said it himself. I was worried that Kamala was going to run a mean pick 6.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, do you want to win the game or not? Are you serious about winning?
Pick 6. I love that you can call that up. Just like calling a scoop and score, I'm going to call, I want a 2 touchdown play.
Hey, defense.
That's the smartest thing.
Scoop and score. Run the scoop and score. Good idea, coach.
I should have thought of
these
that
guys. Gabe, to your point, these guys, when the door dropped on the amphib personnel carrier on D-Day, these guys were the ones with the M1 Garants getting out there and taking fire. These guys saved
Utah Beach, right? These two?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That guy, he probably has allergies. Doug Emhoff has allergies to everything. Name it.
Right.
He's allergic to it. Look at those doofuses.
He's allergic to nannies.
He's not allergic to them.
I call Walter Coach Jazz Hands. It's like,
what is he doing with his hands?
Why is he like this when he comes out?
I don't do it with my hands. Hey,
you see the one where he came out and Kamala and him were holding hands. So because he couldn't spaz with his hands, he started kicking his legs. So what's wrong with you?
Yeah, he has ants in his pants and he needs to dance.
Listen, when your veins are coursing with soy, you gotta move.
Right.
You gotta get that.
You gotta go. Okay, give me 15 minutes. 15? Okay, fine. I'll be ready. Yep.
Now let me.
Making me go out in 15 minutes.
Where you guys headed?
Oh man. Not to Vegas.
Matthew's coming in. We got. We'll sub someone in for you.
Oh yeah, you got a big hitter subbing in for me.
Yeah, we got the Brit American.
What?
But,
great dude. Great dude.
I want to show you guys this because this is the topic I wanted to show you guys tonight. So I saw this chart online and I tweeted this out and it's done very well. 51,000 impressions for me. It's pretty damn good. But it broke down voting for Trump by cohort of generation. And if you see the red right there, where I'm rubbing the mouse, that's me and Dean and Jericho. The Gen X. We are the ones that voted the most for Trump. We are that generation that lived through the 80s, the greatest time in American history of entertainment, optimism. It was just, you don't know what it was like if you weren't there. Just like it felt limitless. It felt amazing. And with Elon and RFK and Trump, I feel that way again. Finally, I feel that way. And I don't know. I just tweeted this out and people are really like, they love this because it's all Gen X people talking to me on here. And I do think that I think entertainment's going to go back that way. And I think entertainment is, I know it is. I don't think it is. It is the most influential form of persuasion. That's why the communists, the leftists, the weirdos, that's why they captured Hollywood, comic books, video games, all of it. And we are just repudiating, we're kicking them out. All these big couple $100 million video games have been woke as hell, have come out in the last 6 months, failed. Studios going bankrupt. Marvel and DC Comics can't sell any comic books. All the woke Marvel movies and all that, now they're starting to fail and not make money. That Disney Plus Hulu thing, it doesn't make a profit for Disney. And I think woke is dying. I think that we hit a cultural new epoch, a new age yesterday. I think when the iPhone and Obama came out together, like within a 18-month span, that was a new age. Social media.
Wait, Obama came out?
Yeah.
Not yet, but we already know.
That 2007 to 2008, the iPhone, social media is introduced in your pocket.
Yes.
Then Obama, turbo woke. That started a new age that was different from pre-2007 and 8. And I think things changed yesterday where we smash woke in the face and rip it out by the roots. I think I wore this hat all around today. I'm whatever. I don't care. It's time to not bully, but it's time to let these people know you're done with this shit. You're done. You're not canceling me. You're not destroying what my father and grandfather and so on built. We're done. You pushed it too far. So what do you think of Gen X being heroes?
What you're saying about that is the same thing that happened to media. And it happened here. I have this sense of optimism, but it's like what you did, Gabe, leaving DC Comics and creating your own company. So you did that. Joe Rogan created a podcast. Theo Vaughn created a podcast. Those podcasts give you different information than a news bite from MSNBC. And so the changing the forms and doing that, and independent people coming out and telling the truth and doing things because they're passionate about it, suddenly that's the most legitimate thing you can get, and people will turn to it. So I think that, going to the woke movies or this woke, that woke, it's not going to happen the same way that people aren't going to go on to, a regular MSNBC and try to get a 3-second soundbite in. They're going to go out and want to have a dance party with Beyonce, Beyonce.
My
up, Matthew?
favorite British man from Texas. How you doing, Matthew?
I'm doing great. Hello, Jericho. Hello, Dean. We're gonna make it great again.
That's really good, dude. I'm
It
so
is.
jealous. I want to be able to do that one.
That's very good. Very
You
good.
got to
What's
have
up,
talent,
Matt?
Gabe, and none of us do except for Matthew. So
Do you guys know each
I'll
other?
do a Tim Walls impersonation.
There you go. Nailed it.
Step ball change, step ball change, step ball change.
pick six, swoop and score.
Run the pick six, idiot.
I mean, wow.
Oh,
None of
goodness
that. He also had
gracious.
another bumble where he's like, it's the last quarter and blah, blah, blah. No, it's the fourth quarter, man. That's the way it's fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Right.
And he's like, we have the ball, and I don't care. We're going to go inch by inch, and that's how we're going to win. I was like, if you go inch by inch and it's the fourth quarter and you've got, 80 yards to go, you're literally going to get, 3 plays, 4 plays, you're done. And the ball game's over.
Right.
Dumbass.
Yeah.
But he was a head coach. He was a head football coach for a successful.
I
was
feel
not
like
right?
not.
He was an assistant coach.
Oh.
Assistant
another one?
to the the
He didn't
assistant
do
to
jack, because if you're going to think you can run a pick six, he doesn't understand football. That's all I have to say.
Right.
But listen, I'm from the great state of Nevada now. We went for Trump. Okay. That gentleman over here, this guy here, Texas, the great state of Texas, went for Trump. Where do you guys live?
I live in the most.
behind enemy
You guys-
lines.
I live in the most beautiful part of America, in the most beautiful city in America.
Funny.
So
Yeah, but y'all didn't carry the vote. What's the matter with you guys?
I
Nah,
voted,
man.
and then I forced my wife to vote exactly how I voted.
Oh, you didn't
That's
go in
right.
the voting booth with her. You know she
That's
probably
right.
looked up.
I was in the booth. What are you doing? No, come on.
All
Yeah, I
those
mean, we
stupid
were
tricks, all those
we were
stupid
lost in
memes.
the patchouli oil tidal wave in
Ugh.
California, but our hearts were in the right place, and so were our votes.
Right.
And it
Damn
didn't matter
right.
anyway. Didn't matter anyway because he beat the shit out.
Hey, California did a couple good things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we passed 36, so now we can have
Yep.
felonies for theft under $950.
And
What?
George Gascon in Los Angeles,
Gone.
As
That
gas
piece of shit.
gone.
Gas gone.
And the mayor of San Francisco, done.
Talking
The ma-
about gas. Eric Swalwell. What a loser. What a loser. He says, did you see this now? It's seriously on a tweet that he just put out. I don't know if you saw
Oh
this.
God.
Or somebody did it for him because hang on a minute. He put out not going quietly. You're not either. Let's get loud and let's get going.
All right.
Trying to instigate.
Gonna do a lot of farts. Eric Fartwell, not very smart, low IQ, farty fart pants, I call him. Stinky Eric.
Stinky cockapoo Eric.
Stinky Eric is good.
Stinky
Oh,
poop
man.
face fang fang. We don't like him. He's not smart. He's very stupid. Possibly the stupidest man in California.
Oh, that's saying a lot.
That
That's
is a
saying a lot.
fucking low bar, Matthew.
Matt, if I can get my Trump as good as yours, I'm gonna do evil things.
Oh.
Evil.
Yeah.
I've
Oh,
seen
man.
so many funny memes today. I can't believe it.
Oh.
I haven't had a chance to really go deep and watch all of the anger porn, disappointment porn on all the other news stations.
There's so
But
much.
I haven't had a chance, but I can't wait to see those meltdowns.
There's so much. Think about this, guys. Even if Kamala won,
Whoa,
Would that-
whoa. Shh. Ugh.
Don't even say that.
I line my mouth with lead so I can say that. It's not gonna hurt me. But if
Yeah.
would it bring you guys to tears? Would you really cry? Because
No.
the candidate that you didn't vote for, you didn't like, won. I've seen
That
it.
happened. That happened 4 years ago, and all I did was shake my head and said, caveat emptor.
Yep.
Yeah.
Buyer beware. You guys just purchased this, and it's
Man.
going to cost you.
Man.
And that's what happened. But I fought, and I spoke out. I might have cried
Yeah.
a little bit myself. Quietly. At
Yeah.
home.
Just
That's
a little
fine.
bit. Just a little bit on your own.
Just a little sniffle. Huh?
No one's around. I just
What?
I did a Dougie. I just did a
Yeah.
little Dougie. Yeah.
Look at his hand. Tim Walz looks like Kamala promised him if he showed up and put on his suit, she was going to give him like an ice cream or something. He looks excited. Ice cream. Dude, that would have been number 2. That would have been second in charge of these. I don't know if there's other United States, but of these United States. This guy on the right, and I use the word guy very loosely, would have been the first gentleman, and I don't even like the sound of that. If I were him, I'd be like, you got to call me something else. You can't call me like the first. You're basically calling me the first lady. You can't do that. You got to call me something else. But he would have been husband of the leader of the free world. And
I like to refer to him as the nanny slapper.
Oh.
yeah,
That's me.
you can backhand your nanny in public.
Maybe he was the girlfriend. I'm sorry. I think he just backhanded the girlfriend and impregnated the nanny.
Oh yeah. Well, either way, you can slap somebody. You can slap a woman in public with a bunch of witnesses, and if you're under the right umbrella, it's not even talked about.
Right.
It's not even talked about. If Trump's Gardner slapped his girlfriend in public, no bullshit, they would tie that to Trump. They would beat that to death in the
Capital
news
murder.
Yeah, and Trump was like, there, yeah, get her. Like they would make up some stupid story, but you know that how many degrees of separation is that? 1 from Kamala Harris, and they were just like,
Yeah,
oh,
not
what's
6
talking
degrees
about?
of Kevin Bacon. It's 1 degree of Kamala Harris. I got to get
Yeah,
out
that's
of here.
enough.
You guys have better looking and
Hey.
more talented guy here anyway. So much better accent.
Thanks, Dean. Appreciate it, man.
Biden is
Was it
asleep.
something I
Kamala,
said?
Is it a dance party with
There you
Beyonce?
go, little dance party.
Beyonce, Beyonce,
on,
Beyonce.
everybody.
Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Beyonce, 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 Beyonce. Party with
That's my jam.
Beyonce.
All right, dude. Have a great night.
Guys. Mwah.
Peace out, man.
Later on, dude. We're gonna MAGA so hard. It's gonna be awesome.
Back. Common
Oh,
sense
yes.
has returned. It's a new morning in America. Let's go. Cheers, gentlemen.
Peace
All
out,
right,
man. See you, Dean. Now, Matt, I have a unique question for you.
All right.
So you are an American,
Damn right he is.
but is there some Brit left in you? And what I mean by that is, are you still able to see this victory from the viewpoint of somebody who's from overseas? Or is this just a complete, American experience for you? Like you're here, you only see it from like being here, or even can you understand how somebody overseas might feel seeing, who might be a Trump supporter from afar, how they might view this victory?
Yeah, I mean that's a very complex actual question, because I feel that, like, with the conversations that we have, we see things very similarly, right? Like, and when I speak to Gabe, and we have conversations as well, it's always from a very similar perspective, and I think that is because you guys and the majority of conservatives are much more objective about what's going on. It's like when you said, "Did you cry about it?" Well, of course we didn't cry. Number one, because we're men, and number two, like we understand that. I think with the last one, I mean, and this is the funny thing. I don't know if have you touched on them all yelling about the voting, like losing 15 million voters?
I'll bring up the graphic now.
Please bring it up. I'm like,
so we got to be a little careful. The STOLEN word, we probably shouldn't say it.
The what?
STOLEN. We probably shouldn't say it.
Okay, we won't be saying that. We won't say that. But
where did all these?
Come on.
Where did they go, Matthew? Where did they go?
Hang on a minute. Oh, I just found them. They fell under the desk. I mean, it's so, and they're like, "Look at this. Where have they gone?" I'm like, you didn't have them in the first place.
Right.
Yeah.
It's amazing to see them almost get it. It's almost going to click, and then they're like, "Huh." So I told Dean before he got here, Matthew, literal Hitler ran for president yesterday, and 20 million of you decided not to vote.
No, we're not going to do it.
Does that make sense to you at all? Like,
no, and what I love is 54% of Hispanic males voted for Hitler.
Hey, let's go.
Yep.
Hey, let's
And
go.
that's who they're blaming too. They're blaming Hispanic men and white women. And as Sunny Hostin, I can't stand that woman. She said, uneducated white woman. Why you got to throw that little dig in there? What does that have to do with what? And what's educated? I mean, they have a college degree. She said that, and then one of the other ladies checked her, and she was like, "Oh, well, that's what the poll says."
I went to the University of Northern Colorado. In 4 years, I got straight A's, except I got one C1 and I got a B once. And I got the C because my ceramics teacher lost all of the coffee mugs I made, and he found them a semester later in the fucking ceramic room. So it was his fault. I shouldn't have got a C. I got near straight A's. I was on the National Dean's list. I was on the President's list, the honor roll, all of it. I got scholarships. College does not make you smarter. It just means you had the privilege and the access to go to a university.
Well,
so all these
let me
educated
ask you
liberals
this.
think they're better than everyone. No, you're not smarter. And in fact, I'll let you go, Matthew. I would say you're dumber because you think you're smarter and you don't question yourself or anything. You have no curiosity because you know everything. Like, get out of here with that.
Well, I have to say as well, it's a little bit different now to when you or even when I went. But this is what's so frustrating about the whole thing. Can anyone tell me what degree Mark Zuckerberg got?
None. He left to go work and make Facebook.
Can anyone tell me what degree Bill Gates got?
Same degree, no degree.
No degree. Can anyone tell me what Steve Jobs got?
Of course, no degree.
I mean, right. I can keep doing this all day.
Didn't Elon drop out of Stanford, right?
I think Elon dropped out as well. Because the truth of the matter is, if you have that kind of creative mind, a lot of the time, college is restrictive for you, right? And again, all you have to look at is a lot of the people, like, there's nobody walking this planet that's smarter than Charlie Kirk. Like, you try and debate that guy, and he taught himself. He never went to college, right? He's super, super smart. But what you're seeing right now is the elitist, as you said, Jericho. This is what it's all about, right? If you didn't go to college, but it goes like this, right? If you didn't go to college, then you're stupid. If you went to college and then you got a degree, you're still stupid, right? Because you didn't learn anything at college. If you're a black guy and you vote for Trump, then you're somehow a white guy and hate yourself and hate the black community. If you're a Hispanic guy and you voted for Trump, then we could just go on and on and on and on about the narratives that they create, which basically means if you go against the Borg, if you do anything but slavishly adhere to the mind virus, right, then you are an idiot, you're a racist, you're a fascist, you're blah, 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 blah. And what it's doing, I'll tell you this now, guys, is the entertainment industry, as we know it, is over. It's over.
Good. Let me read this, and I want to ask you about the entertainment industry because I have a question. Secretary Not Sure, he is here in my town of San Diego. He's a fellow San Diegan, America's finest city. Went to vote with my MAGA making, I wonder what he means, like, making appliances go again. Oh, he has a making appliances go again hat. I got called a piece of shit by one of those lames. Just smile and walk by him. I went to the grocery store by my house wearing this, strutting all 6'4" of this beautiful frame of mine. Nobody said a peep to me. I get outside, there's a guy in a Trump hat, and he's like, I love your hat. Then I'm almost to my truck, and the guy stops his like Honda Civic, looks out the window and goes, I love your hat. And I said, hell yeah, brother. And I got in my truck. But all the other wimpy little liberals just kind of looked at me like, I am the world's worst white supremacist since I am a Mexican Arab. I'm really not doing it right. I'm doing it horribly, dude.
Well, just like Larry Elder, he's the black face of white supremacy, I think they said.
So it's so insulting. And they can't even see it, right? I mean, did you see the video the other day of the woman? She's a black Trump supporter, and the liberal woman like go off her in a coffee shop.
Cafe.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on?
Forget him. We defeated him, dude. Real quick. Secretary Not Sure for the $5. Thank you very much. Here's the booty.
Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your booty. Shake your booty.
Who says you weren't going to get some booty tonight, Secretary Not Sure?
For the booty.
What? There you go.
Buns.
The Belgian buns.
Just the nerve. Like, who do you think you are to approach a total stranger in public over their perceived political views? My dad told me a long time ago, he said, you don't know what somebody is going through. You don't know what they're capable of. You don't know what point in their life you're catching them, you're running into them. You could be the final straw. You could be the straw that breaks the camel's back. You don't fucking approach somebody. Like, are you crazy, woman?
Do you know what it is, Jericho? Is because they didn't get a smack in the mouth when they were younger and they opened their gob with the wrong person.
That's like, toxic.
You know what's toxic? Messing with the wrong person. I mean, look, I genuinely do think this, and it's something, and you guys know, your fathers, is that, you should wrestle with your kids, especially your boys, right? When they're younger, you wrestle with them. You kind of put them in their place so that they understand what that's all about. They get to feel a little bit of the power, right? And then when they get older, I believe that every kid should do some kind of martial art. They should, I'm a big lover of boxing, because if you get the kids sparring, I mean, when I did with Taekwondo, every time you go for a belt, you have to spar. So there's no way around it. And you put that gear on, and you can get your ass whooped by, anyone who's got good technique, right? And what it does is it's a great leveler, and it makes people go, "Oh, hang on a minute." Like, I know, the classic things, right? Like, oh, there's somebody who's smaller than me. And you don't realize that technique just erases a lot of that. All you got to do is like what happened with Usyk, right? When he fought Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is like 6'9" or something. He was just a giant guy. And Usyk, because of his technique, his superior technique and stamina and whatever, was able to dominate him. So, but we've lost that. We've lost the physical, like the kinetic connection between people, and you see it. I saw it actually when I very first came to the US, because every Friday night where I come from, there's a punch up.
You told us, like hooligans down at the pub or whatever, right?
Yeah, there'd be a punch up, and then you wouldn't you'd think twice about opening your mouth. Right. And so I think that's where we're at, and you see it with a lot of these people, especially oddly enough with these women.
Right.
It's and I hate the fact. I listen. I don't think women should box personally. I don't think they should. I don't. I love Gina, but I don't think they should be doing martial arts, like as in cage fighting. I don't like it.
Yeah, seeing them all beat up, their eyes all busted in their face. I hate seeing that. I agree 100%. And my son, I always wrestle with my son. Like, he can't sit on the couch next to me for 5 minutes without, jumping on me, or if he walks by me, I'll put him in a headlock or something, or I'll push him, and it's fun. It's not like, I'm just, I got to teach him a lesson. It's fun. I enjoy it. But we constantly do that.
Good for him. And you got to do it to the point where mom is saying, don't.
Oh, yeah,
and
all the time.
And you and your son are laughing. Me and my son will box in the kitchen. We'll kick each other. I'll punch him in the gut. And he's like, ooh. And then, my wife's like, don't, you're hurting. We're having fun. Knock it off.
Yeah. Yeah, his mom always does that. I'll hit him in his back, and it sounds harder than I'm really hitting him. But you're gonna hurt him. You're gonna hurt him. Stop. That makes me want to hurt him even more.
Yeah, but that's the mom's role, right? That is the mom's role, and then the dad's is to And I said this with my my 18-year-old, when I disciplined him once, and he went to his mom. I said, "Is that who you want to be as a man? Like somebody runs to their mother?"
Ooh.
And he was like, "All right." I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah.
If you got a problem, come and speak to me.
When you put it that way.
Yeah. Well, but it's true. It's like we have to build protectors and men that are going to stand up for the weak, and that's how you do it. You don't get it from running and going to the person that is going to, for the most part, cave. So, but I just want to say, Jericho, going back to what you asked me earlier on, I think that. This is my second voting election. And, one of the things that I noticed about American elections is that every single election, they say that this is the most important election in our lifetime, right?
Right.
So, and that is absolutely an observation. You do not hear that in Europe for the most part. You don't hear it in England, certainly. But this one really was. And I sat there and I'm like, I can't believe. I mean, when you see Elon Musk come out and say this, and you see Joe Rogan agreeing with him, and they're going for the guy that they, certainly Joe Rogan wasn't for initially. Mm-hmm. So it shows you the stakes. And I think one day after this monumental election where, never bet against the American people. And I've said it 1,000 times. We all know this, that deep down, Americans are good, and it's a country that's blessed by God.
Yeah.
And so I think that, in hindsight, we look back and we feel okay. Today could have been a very, very different world. In the same way, it could have been a very, very different world in Butler, Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. And so we mustn't forget as well. Like that's what I said. I got up this morning and I was like, shall I be magnanimous? And then I was like, no, I won't. They called us Nazis. Nope.
Because the minute they get any leverage or power back, again, they're going to do it again. They don't learn.
Yeah.
When you look at the analysis of the TV anchors and then just the common people like on Twitter, they don't get what just happened. Again, the only thing they have a subconscious premise that they don't even verbalize, that I'm right about everything. This is like a premise of theirs. They don't even say it. So when they do all their thinking and reasoning, it's like, well, the other guys must be dumb, or the other guy must be racist or sexist. They never go, am I wrong about any of my views? They never do that. It's insane.
Well,
I don't know where that comes from.
That chart is going to be, it's literally, and their reaction is going to be something that people study for years and years and years.
This has got to wake some of them up, right?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, look at it.
That's we all of people.
And they all just said, Hitler's running for president. I'm not going to vote. Really?
Yeah, he's literally. He said he's going to be a dictator. He's going to be a dictator on day one. Remember, day one, he's going to jail his political opponents. He's going to shut down the media. He's going to do all these horrible things. He said it. So 15, 20 million of you are just going to leave it to everybody else. Nah, when this is at stake. And I still don't understand how somebody could vote for Kamala. I don't get it. Why? Other than she's not Trump? That's it?
Right. You know, I won't say names because I respect them. They're heroes of mine. I'm in the comic book business, and I know a ton of guys, and they were star artists when I was 13. I was buying their books, and then I ended up working with dozens of them. You know, I know them now as colleagues. They don't talk to me anymore because they're all leftists. But I'll see them tweet out stuff like, I don't understand how someone can vote for someone who admires Hitler. And I don't say anything, but I'm like, I don't understand why you think that shit's true. Why would you just hear an anonymous source said Trump wanted generals like Hitler? Trump called soldiers suckers and losers. Anonymous, and then you're just like, it's true. Like, why do you explain to me why you're just like, it's true.
I have an idea with this, but can you put that chart back up again?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's just go through this logically. All right. So you got, what's that? 2012. Is that 2012? You've got pretty much Romney. The same. Yeah, you got pretty much the same. And then it's, what's the next one? 2016.
Hillary.
Yeah. Okay. So it's pretty much uniform. And so who was running? So it was Romney, and then it was Trump, right?
Right.
So you've clearly got pretty much the same amount of Democrat voters, right? And then you've got an increase in Republican voters. Well, that's the popular vote, right?
Right.
Now we're going to what is it? 20.
Sorry, I'll try to make
2020. Sorry, like my eyes are going now. I'm getting old. So you're going to 2020 and look at the increase. So just remember, we'd had 4 great years of Trump. We were very motivated. All the violence had happened. So it would make sense that Republicans would be more motivated, as, by the way, they were this time around, as you can see, to go out and vote. Now, there's not that much disparity between the last time and this time.
Right.
As far as the popular vote's concerned, right? Because don't forget, we have had some people that are like, I'm going to write in DeSantis, like those idiots. I mean,
grandstanding losers those people are.
It's unbelievable. But look at the difference. I mean, it's almost like they doubled it. Yeah. It's almost like it's doubled, and then it's gone back down. Now, if I'm looking at this, right, and we're looking at this as Republicans, we're like, well, we didn't do very well in getting the vote out in 2012, did we? Right, that's kind of crap. Right. And then it got better in 2016 in the popular vote, right? And wow, that was quite something. That you'd like to think that in 2020 that a lot of lefties came over and they were like, you know what, times are good. You know what I mean? Like times were
Right.
good, so we're going to vote for Trump. Because then it's only dropped off a little bit this time round, right? And I don't know what the numbers are in the end. What was it like? Was it like from 73 million to 71 million? Something like that. It's not that much. This is giant. I mean, this is a absolutely massive. So you're going to look and go, well, we are saying that they cheated in that year. Are you telling me that Joe Biden got more votes than Obama?
Yep.
Right.
I mean,
he was way more sharp, intelligent,
and he got check this out.
charismatic.
He got Sleepy Joe got more black votes than Obama. I'm supposed to believe that, dude?
impossible.
Yes.
Impossible.
And one thing I'll never forget is the way the media and Hollywood just fingered themselves over Obama. Every time he spoke, they're like just
They had to sit and smoke a cigarette when he was done.
Oh my good. He's so that was so disgusting. But you definitely didn't see them treat Sloppy Joe like that, and they certainly won't treat Trump like that. But out of the other side of their mouth, one side of their mouth, he's Hitler. He's terrible. He's going to do this, and women, your bodies. And to be honest, if there weren't for a man, there would be no discussion about your body. There would be no abortion discussion, because despite what they want to tell you and how they want to rework science, it takes a man and a woman to make a baby.
What?
So
How dare you say a man and a woman?
I told you I was good.
What is a woman?
A chest feeder and a ball haver.
I told you I was going to drop bombs today, and I meant it, Gabe. So a man and a woman, they have to make a baby.
A bonus hole and a bonus pole.
Hey, guys, come over here. I found a bonus hole. So the man and the woman make the baby. So without the man, the woman
you mean
there's no discussion.
Cells. You mean clump of cells.
Yeah, just a handful. You ever try to clean up flour off the counter? You just make like this heap. That's what the cells are of the baby. It's just a mound of just DNA, random DNA.
Just goo. It's just goo.
But all they had, it's so awesome that they emptied the tank. They threw everything and the kitchen sink at Trump. Charges, felonies, convictions.
Oh, did you see that Jack Smith and all his DOJ cases? They're like, never mind.
Yeah.
It's gonna get all down.
Gone.
Sorry about that.
Shit. Eat shit, you communists.
Gone. What a waste. What a waste. They could have been going after drug traffickers or human traffickers or fentanyl dealers or perverts. They could have been spending that legal muscle on something worthy than to end up a few years later going, well, just like packing up all your shit and putting it in a box and turning off the light in the building. Like, what a waste.
They could have gone after all those people and never even left DC.
Yeah, they'd never even leave the building. Don't even leave the building.
Right.
Come on, man. So I'm so glad that Trump is, and I mentioned this before you got on, Matt, that I don't think Trump is good. He's not going to be about vengeance and getting people back and you wronged me and I remember what you did. But I think he's going to have a laser focus motivated by his second chance at life, motivated by the turnout of America. It wasn't just Republicans. It wasn't just Trump supporters. It was a lot of people who didn't support Trump, but know that they need him, know that we need him for the economy, for our standing in the world, for our cost of living and all the things that were great under him. And he can do it so quickly. That's the beauty of it. He has the template, he's done it before. And I think he will do it quickly. And I think we're going to see our fuel costs and everything go down quick because he says, drill, baby, drill. And my favorite part of his acceptance speech was he said, promises made, promises kept.
Yeah.
And he's already done it. He's already proven to me that he can do it. So let's go. Fuck January 20th. Let's go.
Yeah,
right
here's the thing that I love about this. And if you see me doing this, it's because I've pinched a muscle in my neck. So I'm kind of like trying to loosen it, but I'm in pain. But so I'm not doing the Macarena or anything like that. I'm just trying to like. Did you see the video that they've got Donald Trump doing the Macarena?
No.
Oh, from back in the day.
No, I'll send it to you, Gabe.
Recently?
Oh, it's just so great.
Dude, he's
My
hilarious.
daughter somehow found it and sent it to my wife. She sent it to me, and I was like, "That is so funny." Hold on,
Yeah, he's hilarious, man.
let me turn it down. But here's the point. What they've done is they have created one of the greatest presidents of all time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because that I genuinely think that he is, because think about this. I said this earlier on my own little live feed. Guys, the Secret Service in Pennsylvania was shocking, right? In Butler, they messed up. It was not good. He got up and he did not know that there was not another shooter there.
Right.
And he could have had his head blown clean off. I mean, it's one of those things, right? If you can see the camera can see you, right? And so, for the most part, so he got up, his head was right there. Right, we all saw it. And if you're any good as a shooter at all, you could have taken that shot, right? It wouldn't have been that difficult. And he went fight. He did not know at that point that he was going to make it. And then, even for me, and I'm all about like not letting them push you around. I was like, no more of these rallies, right? It's too precious, dude. You've got to make it. I'm like, they're going to try and hit him again. And he still went out. I mean, we're talking Teddy Roosevelt.
He went back to Butler. He went back to the site of the incident.
He's
like one of the toughest guys.
F-150 to carry his balls around this guy,
And they created him, right? Because they pushed him. It's like anything. Like, I remember in the old days when Carl Lewis was a sprinter, right? Like he was the great Olympic athlete. He needed other people with him, like the British, like Linford Christie and Ben Johnson, all that, to push him, to make him great. And Trump has just been incredible. And he's got that shot. Again, I'm going to do it like this. Look, guys. That's how, I mean, think about that. Like, even shooting off the side of my headphones from there. Like, that's good night. Your head's all on the back of the wall. How can that not change you? And I think he looks, his behavior, even though he's still that Trump, there's something transcendent about him. And I don't say that lightly at all. I think he's going to be one of the greatest presidents of all time.
Yeah. I think that moment for him, it's there's a quote by Confucius that I heard a few years back, and I just love it. And it's all men have two lives, and the second one begins when you realize you only have one. When I heard that the first time, it just blew me away. Like, yeah, time's wasting. At my age, right? I'm 46. Okay, is that at least half of my life? I don't know. God willing, I go longer than that, but time's wasting. Every day is a miracle, a gift from God. And I do think Trump, like you said, Jericho, he's determined to be laser focused and get this right. He's 78 years old. They did shoot him, actually. It just grazed him, but holy shit. And he knows this is it. All the chips are in the middle of the table. That's how I knew they wouldn't lose. I was telling all my family and friends who were nervous, they're not going to lose. It's going to be a landslide, and it's going to get announced on election night, because a guy like Elon and all those rich Silicon Valley guys, they're not going to waste their billion-dollar fortunes and legacies to then get arrested and jailed and killed by the machine. They are going to win. They have so much money. They probably paid for like spies to infiltrate all the rigging crews, and they have everything they need. I
think that's really important, Gabe. That's a really important thing, because I'll tell you this, two things I said to my friend tonight is that the ground game was amazing. Like, they went out, and we're yet to hear about,
we'll probably never know some of the secret cloak and dagger stuff that they did with real like spies, like real spies.
Well, I know that they've hired some very, very, how can I put it, some top guys,
serious operators.
I know that Elon has done that. But we'll hear from like Harmeet Dillon eventually about all the times they tried to cheat that they were shut down. Right. So that is most definitely going to happen. And we are so lucky. Like, we are so lucky. Even if you don't want to look at, like, let's say, well, why Trump, Elon Musk going in there and making the government more efficient.
Right.
I mean, what? I mean, that is just amazing.
It's gonna be. It's last night when it happened, my daughter teared up a little bit. My son and my wife were so excited, and I was pretty calm because again, I've had 1,000% confidence for like over a month now, and but I couldn't believe it was real. I was like, this is a golden age. What is going to happen? It's all going to be more amazing than I can fathom. Everything, and I don't know. I'm just so excited. Michael Coulter here. This hits close to home for me, buddy. He says, I'm waiting for those grocery store prices to go down. I want my bag of Old Trapper beef jerky. Dude, I love Old Trapper beef jerky, hot and spicy. They went from a pound for like $10 when Trump left office. Now you get like 12 ounces for like $18. Fuck that. The prices have come down. The jerky costs too much, damn it. So I agree with you, Coulter. Are you a teriyaki guy or are you a spicy guy? Tell me which one.
By the way, did you guys, I'm sure you saw it, but that ad that Nicole Shanahan put out,
I didn't see it, but I heard it was tremendous.
Dude, it's the greatest political ad of all time. And do you know why? And you guys this will resonate with you, is because she was a lefty. Right. And the lefties go to Hollywood and they get the best production, right? So she would have gone out and gone, all right, I've got the idea for this, and she would have got a great filmmaker to do it. Whereas we don't normally do that. But, because as you guys know, right, they don't come to the talent. The conservatives are very bad at coming to us and asking people like us to go out and do stuff for them. But that ad is by far the best ad I have ever seen. And, I'm not an emotional guy, but, I knew what was at stake. We all knew what was at stake. I mean, we were literally going to lose the country. I mean, that's what it was, right? And that ad is so unbelievable.
I'll have to check it out. There's been so many great things to see. Obviously, we haven't seen them all. I want to get into the topic I want to talk about tonight. I think we're smashing woke. I was telling Dean before he got here, those multi-$100 million video games have been failing lately. Ultra woke video games, ultra woke movies, ultra woke TV shows. The ratings are terrible. Disney Plus is not making a profit. And there's a repudiation of woke in our culture. We've all fucking had enough. And you saw it in the electorate last night. And I want to ask you specifically, Matthew, because all three of us here are entertainers, but I'm a writer and I'm an illustrator. I'm not an actor. Jericho, you're sort of a comedian commentator, but you're not a television movie actor. Matthew, as an actor, do you understand how much the common man that is just not a common man, but the people who are not actors in Hollywood, how much we fucking hate Hollywood actors because they think they're so much better than us? I don't go to the movies anymore. I used to go once, twice a month. I love going to the movies. It's such an American experience. Movies were great. And all I can think of when I see movie stars now is that guy hates me. That guy hates my wife. That guy hates my religion. That guy hates my family. That guy hates everything I do. Fuck him. I'm not giving him any money for the damn popcorn and tickets. Do you, as an actor, do you understand how much Americans hate actors now?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, years ago, and people wonder why I say that, like, not all actors are like this, I promise.
Right.
This is exactly why. Because I saw this ages ago. Because don't forget, when you're in it, it's like you guys, you've been around, you've been around comedians, you've been around the people in the industry, in the comic book industry.
Right.
You hear how they talk about people.
Right.
And you're like, oh my goodness me, I do not want to be around these people. I don't like them. They treat people with contempt. It's kind of like robbing someone, because they're okay to take the dough. They'll take the coin and then they'll call you all kinds of names. And, that was a thing for me, especially when Pedro Pascal came out. And I just cannot stand him. Like, I don't think he's a particularly talented actor. I just don't. The stuff I've seen of him, I think, okay, right, he's not someone that really stands out. But I mean, you could argue he's had a better career than me. But I look at them and the things that they were saying, and I'm just like, you have no self-awareness. You don't understand what you are doing, or the implication that their behavior should have on their career. And this is it now.
Right.
Like we've got to critical mass where people are just like, I'm done. Look, I don't want to watch any movies.
No.
I don't. Guys, I don't want to be in any of them. Right? Why would I want to? I'm going to sit there and they're going to be scowling at me.
Right. I'll give you a concrete example. Reacher, you were in Reacher. You're Reacher's dad on that show. That's awesome, dude. I saw you and I'm like, Matthew was in Reacher? And I loved Reacher season 1. Season 2 was okay. Then after season 2, Alan Richman, is that his name? He comes out, Trump supporters are bigot, motherfucking idiot. Guess what, Alan? I will not watch season 3. Fuck you. I don't care how good it is. Now,
you know what's weird about
Matthew's in it, I'll watch those episodes. If you come back, he's dead.
Well, you know what they should do? They should do a spin-off, because in the books they said that Stan Reacher made Jack Reacher look like Liberace.
Whoa.
It's true. But no, I think what happened with Alan, which I think is kind of, I don't know why you would say that, but
you remember it though, right? Like 6-9 months ago, he just went on a rant.
Yeah, well, what I saw before was actually came out and said how he was a Christian, and that, you know, that was after another interview that everyone was like, oh, this guy's fantastic. And look, you are, I don't care who you vote for. I don't. I think that's every American's right. I do think that the people that have been writing in DeSantis are idiots. I'm more angry with them actually than the leftists. But you're allowed to do what you do. But why berate a group of people? I don't understand it. It's like when these people are saying, "Oh, they're uneducated, they're this, they're that." It's the same argument from authority that we had under, you know, the lockdowns, where people are like, "You're not a doctor." I'm like, I don't need to be a doctor. Like, I've got a pinched nerve. I don't need to be a doctor to know that I've got a pinched nerve or a strain, whatever it is. Right. I feel pain. I want the pain to go away. It's really that simple, right? If it rains outside, you don't need to be a meteorologist to know that it's raining, right? You can look outside and go, it is raining. If I walk out there, I will get wet. So this argument from authority is one of the worst logical fallacies, and it has destroyed the expert class. Nobody gives a shit anymore about them, and nobody cares about Hollywood actors. And I genuinely think, Gabe, to your point, I think that it's over for them. I think like Tom Cruise will come out and he'll do Mission Impossible and make $1 gajillion, and I think Fantastic Four will come out and it will die. I think that it will. Nobody wants it anymore. They just don't, and it's not superhero fatigue at all. You know that. I don't think that it's that. It's if you make a good product with someone, like, truly, I think we are at a point now, and I never thought I would see it, but I think we're at a point where if you had Zachary Levi, Dean, me, and a bunch of the other guys in a movie, it would make a shit ton of money, because people are like, yes, those are the guys that don't hate me. And if it's like an 80s style action movie like you guys love, I think it would make a shit ton of money.
Right. Well, look at Top Gun Maverick. It quietly is the 5th highest grossing movie of all time.
Is that right?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it when I saw that. Right there with the Marvel movies and all the Jurassic Park, all the crazy.
I saw it twice.
I
can't remember the last time I went to see a movie in the theaters twice.
So yeah, because I think that whole, oh, I'm better than you because I can act. Like, you're a better actor than me. You're not a better human being. I can draw better than almost all of you. I'm an elite artist. I could draw better than most people in the world. That's why I do what I do. It does not make me better than you as a human. What the fuck kind of attitude is that? It's absurd. It's completely absurd. I don't understand why the actors are just like, oh, these peasants or whatever. Jericho, do you feel that way? Do you avoid a lot of TV streaming movies because of the way you think these people think of you? You're muted.
You're on mute, dude.
You're muted.
If I see somebody, some actor or actress saying some wild shit, you know, whether it be about patriarchy or the white people or, you know, Trump's or whatever, I'm done. Oh, today, perfect example. My wife and I were on the couch, and there was Cribs was on there, and I was like, "Oh man, I remember Cribs.
I've seen that
Let me
in
check this
forever.
shit out." Right. So it's a newer one from last year, and this actor by the name of Taye Diggs, he was on there. Good actor, very good actor. I was like, Taye Diggs, I like his movies. I've seen a bunch of them. He's cool. I'll check it out. And then he's going through his house and he has all this artwork. And then he has a $20 bill on this table, but Harriet Tubman's on it. I was like, uh-oh. So he goes, yeah, I went to the White House, when Obama was there in like 2014 or whatever. And then he goes, he's like, yeah, Harriet Tubman's going to be on the $20 bill. And then Trump got in office and he messed all that up. And I was like, well, hand me the remote. I'm done. Why did you have to say that? Why do you need to say that? But MTV, part of the, the underbelly of Hollywood, of course they're going to leave that shit in there. Like, well, why wouldn't you edit that out? Why would you put some shit like that? But, they're in the echo chamber, and the echo chamber has multiple levels, all the way to the top, thinks that bullshit, and all the way down to the bottom, or whatever they feel to be the bottom. They think that shit too, and everybody they hang out with, and everybody on their social media. So they think, yeah. So when you're in that cocoon of stupidity, you think, and it's been proven that I can say whatever the fuck I want, and nothing's gonna happen. My phone might even ring more.
I remember
the crazier shit that I say. So, and I think for that reason, they're beyond the point of forgiveness. People aren't going to say, all right, you're cool. The dust is settled. No, you crossed the line. You pissed us off. You talk shit about us, and you look down your nose at me, and you said I was a piece of shit because I support Hitler. So no, we're done. And I hope that this will usher in, like you mentioned, Matt, some kind of 80s action movie renaissance where we just return to entertainment. What people want? People want, in an action movie, they want the blood and guts, some one-liners, some muscles, some tits, and let's get out of here. So give us that. I don't want you to preach to me. If I want to be preached to, I'll seek that out. Exactly. All of these movies. These movies are still great now. And I think there's probably been
screw your freedom. Screw your freedom.
Yeah, and then they say some shit like that, and you're like, damn, Arnold, I loved your movies, but now I can't fuck with you anymore because you open your disgusting Bavarian chocolate mouth and said some stupid shit. And
I've got to tell you though, go on, Jericho. Sorry, man.
I'm not so much mad that you said something stupid, but you're taking something away from me. I enjoy your movies, Arnold. I've been watching your movies since 1984. Terminator should have been a horror movie, in my opinion. But now I can't enjoy those anymore. You took that off the shelf, so to speak. That's no longer an option because you're an asshole.
Yeah, I still think one of the funniest things online is the guy that does Arnold singing songs. I saw him do one with Joe
something.
It's just so funny. He did like
what was the one I saw the other day?
Not a Jodeci thing. It was like Genuine or Jodeci or something like that. And I'm like, that is so funny.
Hilarious.
I saw you walking in the rain. It's so funny.
But I forgot which one he said it about the bubble in Hollywood, where everyone agrees with this, and the people that disagree are afraid, so they don't say anything, and then they just say the most bigoted stuff. I remember 2017 San Diego Comic-Con. I'm in the middle of working for DC Comics, and that night, Tom King, David Finch, myself, and Darren something, I forget his last name, the Batman 2017 Christmas special, we won the Oscar. It's called the Eisner, but it's the Oscar in our business. It's the greatest award. We won it for best standalone story. Great night. Rooftop party, downtown San Diego. Warner Brothers paying. There's appetizers, drinks. It's awesome. DJs, hundreds of people there. And Will Dennis, New York liberal. He's an editor of mine. He's there at the party. He's making small talk with me and my wife. And something political sort of comes up. And he tells us both, it's the kind of shit these stupid fucking Christians believe. And I just like cut it short and walked away.
Wow.
It's like, oh, like us, Will, like you, they just assume you're like that. And it's like, if he said that about any other group, if he said, "Oh, these stupid fucking Mexicans," or like, would you say that? Like, why are you saying this? I'm not saying this about you, Will. I wouldn't say it about. Why would you say that to me?
Yeah.
So
that's
just how it was. It was okay to be that way.
They have ugly hearts. I mean, that's what it is. They really do. They have something inside them. They have hate. I was actually speaking to a buddy of mine tonight. He might be watching this right now, and he was saying that I won't say what job he's in, but he said that he was in some kind of construction, and he got an email today where someone was like, "Hey guys, I know that it might be difficult today, but let's all just," and he's like, what the fuck? Like, how do you know? Like, you think that, number one, it's on a construction site. What do you think? You're going to be guaranteed that at least 50% are going to be voting for Trump on a construction site, right?
At least.
Why would you even say that?
I would say it'd be higher, dude. I work construction. Those guys are roughnecks, beer drinkers, womanizers. They're not a bunch of...
I'm just being, kind because he's up in he's north of you. Let's put it like that. And
I don't think the construction site has these guys on it. Hey,
did you get my video? Can you put that up? Because I think
where did you email? You
I sent it to you text.
Okay,
because I think people will love this. It just made me laugh that my daughter, because we don't allow them to go on social media. So I think one of her friends got it, but it just tickled me, man. It was just one of those because, that I was asking this before, like, why is it now that the left cannot meme, right? They can't meme. They can't.
I'll tell you exactly why.
They're not funny.
There was a woke video game came out and it cost like $300 million or $400 million, and it failed. They pulled it off the live servers after like 9 days. And in one review, someone wrote that the dialogue was written like HR was standing over their shoulder. That's why the left can't meme. They can't joke. They can't. They can't do comedy. They can't do anything because, I said the word you're not allowed to say. I said this concept you're not allowed to say. I made a joke about a race. Like, yeah, it's a joke. It's a joke.
Funny.
And dudes want to see hot women in video games.
No,
that's part of entertainment. Show me things that I don't see. Show me things that I don't see in my everyday life. Show me someone with a body or a life that I don't have. It's called entertainment. It's called fantasy. Like, don't give me some dude that lives next door to me. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh, dude,
sorry,
you gotta watch this. This is so funny.
All right, let's see Matthew's video here.
Gonna be me in November. Donna's gonna make the country better than you can remember. Campbell is never gonna be me in November. Hey, Margarita. Campbell is never gonna be me in November. Donna's gonna make the country better than you can remember. Campbell is never gonna be me in November. Hey, Margarita. Campbell is never gonna be me.
It's just silly. I love it. That is
You would
funny.
never see Biden doing that. You would never see Biden doing that. You never see Kamala doing that, being real,
not
being
intentionally.
genuine.
You might see Biden jitterbugging, but it would not be intentional. So.
No, that's when you need to hit that life alert necklace around him or around his neck. That's when
you realize we are on day 2 of a 4-year MAGA party.
Oh, dude.
Just on day 2, guys.
Dude, and wait till the 250th birthday of America. He's going to go. How
glorious will he make it? And how hard will the shit libs cry?
You will be.
It's going to be great.
You'll be able to see that fireworks show from space. I guarantee you.
Dude, no, Elon will have it launched from the moon. Like they'll be on the moon.
We're gonna have fireworks on the moon. They're leaving right now.
Jericho, you know what'd be great? Like if because they haven't done this yet for Trump, if he went, don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years.
Rocking my tears, put suckers in fear.
Dude, it'd be so great.
Oh man, I'm telling you, man, it's that celebration is going to be nuts. And you know what the mainstream media is going to be talking about? how the fireworks, you know how much smoke that puts in the sky, and like he's a climate denier, climate change denier, and look what he does to the birds. Like it's gonna be some bullshit. Like shut up. We're celebrating our birthday, your birthday, you idiot. You live here. It's your country's birthday. Loosen up. Get that double-ended rubber ding dong out of your butt, Anderson Cooper, and have a good time. It's a party. It's your country's birthday.
Damn right. It's 250 years of fucking uninterrupted greatness.
He's probably gonna like deliver some great news or something like that on America. So I'm gonna give you a present, America. You're beautiful. Happy birthday. He's gonna do something big and grand and large, because that's again that return to the 80s action movie renaissance. Big, bold, loud. We're America. You know what I'm saying? Let's show people. Let's be proud of that.
Eat junk food and not get sick, because RFK is going to get rid of the seed oil and the fake processed flour. We're going to be like our parents. We're going to eat a double cheeseburger with the shaken fries and not get fat. It's going to be amazing.
Because that's all it is a double cheeseburger and a shake with fries.
And regular cheese and regular flour and animal lard. Tony from Down Under. She's down there in Australia. That's
all right, mate.
American.
How you doing?
What happens now to Biden and Kamala until Trump is sworn in? They get made fun of for the next 74 days.
Oh, roasted.
And then he gets sworn in, and we never have to hear from them again.
Nope. Oh, here's something I wanted to ask you, Matt. There's another question I have too, but I'll save that. I've been thinking about this last question all day long. But so being that you're from the UK, now you're in America, which political system do you find more complicated? Because viewing like the parliament, like I don't understand
makes
that
no sense
at all.
Yeah, you got a president, a prime minister, you're gonna form a government, a snap election, like what's
and then the gowns and the wigs and stuff. I know that's an ode to
I mean
times past, but
all you gotta do is think of it like the House and the Senate. Like that's all you have to do. The only thing is that the lords are the ones in the wigs. They're appointed, like they're given those roles, their peer
for life.
Roles. Yeah. And some people said, well, you can buy into the lordship, but I mean, you can become a lord by purchasing it now, unfortunately, but not necessarily in the House of Lords that I can recollect. But the ones they're like I say, peer appointed. They're for people that you look to that are upstanding people in society, that they get that. And it does. It's not like as binding as it is here. The electoral college took me so long to get my head around when I first came here, because over there it's just like first past the post. But the way that they've done it in the last one, it was really weird, because the Reform Party, which is as close to MAGA as you'll get, they got a lot of votes, but they only got like 2 seats, and it was really weird because they didn't get enough to win in their particular. I don't know exactly how they figured it all out, but it was kind of weird. But this is the best system. I mean, I'm absolutely convinced, especially considering the way they break it up as far as population and right. Although who knows what's going to happen to California. I mean, it is kind of annoying that it's always like that many seats going for the Democrats, but
all these damn illegals here.
Yeah,
well,
but
in the 80s,
not for long.
Ronald Reagan gave amnesty. He gave amnesty to like 11 million illegals.
Yeah, he made a mistake, right?
And
he
made a mistake. California blue. California was a Republican state usually before that.
Yeah, well, I think that, listen, we're in for a bumpy ride because he's going to deport them. So not from California. I mean, like, the ones that have come over recently. So I actually think it's going to get really gnarly, like, because those Venezuelan gangs, they're not just going to leave.
Hey,
the cartels.
Over a few apartment complexes in Denver.
Only a few.
It's only a few of them. It's only like 10.
Just
That's it. Like, it's a small price to pay. I mean, look at it during the Summer of Love. They gave up 6 blocks in Oregon, in Portland.
Was that the
Chaz? That was crazy, wasn't it?
Yeah, what was that shit called? The chop?
The Chop and the Chaz, they were two places that were
the autonomous zone where no police were, and imagine that the violence went through the fucking roof because there was no law and order there. They're so stupid. So
hold on.
Here we go.
Massive protests happening in New York in front of Trump Tower. He says they're breaking out the water cannons. Well, hopefully they'll nip it in the bud.
Hey, let's get some water cannons, some tear gas out there. I tell you what, I've had to go through a tear gas room in boot camp. That'll get your attention. That'll disperse the crowd.
That's no joke.
That's real quick. You want some results?
The cognitive dissonance of the popular vote, the landslide, all the swing states, the blue wall destroyed. For at least the smarter leftists go, maybe we're wrong about some of this, and they wake up and stop being so condescending.
No.
The last time Trump won, I remember my wife was at work, and the girls there were all crying and sad. Not my wife, she's conservative. And they said, we're going to a women's walk or march this weekend. Are you coming? And my wife is very naive, innocent. She's like, what's it for? And they were just like, And, I saw as a Latino, I see it on Twitter the last 24 hours, leftists saying to people like me, I can't believe you voted for yourself to be deported. And it's like,
what? How insulting is that?
Do you think that we're all here illegally?
But how do they do that? How would
I have voted? If I were an illegal, I wouldn't have been able to vote for it. But
how are they going to deport you? What are they going to do?
Well, then the guy told me, well, how are his stormtroopers going to tell you apart from the other ones? I'm like, damn, dude.
You like that? Crazy. Boom, ID.
Yeah, I've got 45 years of history, home ownership, driver's license, job, social media,
tax returns,
wedding license.
But this is how it comes, right? But here's the thing: this is how it comes out, right? They're like, well, they're going to band you in with everybody else. Why? Why are they going to ban me in with everybody?
You guys banned me in with everybody else.
That's exactly right.
Individual.
And how are they going to do it? They're supposed to round up the trans people, the Ku Klux trans.
Oh yeah.
They're supposed to round them up. They're supposed to deport all Mexican-looking people. You're all gone. Black folks.
Matthew, have you now?
But how are they going to do it?
A taco. If so, you're deported.
Yeah. How are they going to do it? Who are they going to get? How many millions of people would it take to uproot those people and leave? And then what if, let's say conservatively, 1 million people they're going to have to uproot, and that's really lowballing it. Let's say 10,000 of them say, fuck it, I'm not going. What are you going to do? You're going to get in a shootout? Do you have the manpower for that? Like, what's the rest of the country going to do?
If they're smart, right? If they're smart, because there are other ways to squeeze, right? They're going to squeeze them at a lot of these people are going to go, the illegals, the violent ones. What they should do is they should reinstitute the DEA fast team, which is, in case you don't know, that they were a special operations group within the DEA, badass. Like super badass guys. They had their own selection. They disbanded them when they started to talk about the militarization of the police. This one New York Times reporter was talking about the DEA fast team. My buddy, if you watch my movie I Am That Man, the guy with the shaved head in it, he was team leader in the DEA fast team, like real badass. And they were going up against the cartels, and they would get stuff done in 5 seconds flat. It's not going to be pleasant, but I think that it's going to take a long time. It's going to take a squeeze, but we have to do it.
Here's a simple way. I don't know where I heard this, somewhere on Twitter or something. Cut the benefits. You can't cut everyone's benefits. There are Americans that need them, but what you do is, this is just ballparking it. You tell everyone you have 120 days to prove you're an American citizen and entitled to welfare benefits, whatever. I support all of that. WIC, food stamps, I support all of it. If you don't have papers, you get nothing. That's it. You take the incentive away. You don't get money. You don't give cell phones. You don't get free food. Go. Leave. You take the benefits away, they'll leave. Why would they stay if there was no benefit to stay?
Did you see the president
they work for?
Yeah, did you see the president of the of Mexico today saying I'm not accepting Trump's nomination until all the counts have come in?
Oh, well,
Who
nobody
gives a
fucking asked
fuck?
you, lady.
Fuck you, Mexico.
I know.
What are you gonna do?
I know.
Fuck you. I tell you what, you don't accept Trump's election, you're going to accept all these fuckers from south of the border who are coming up here, because guess where they're going to be waiting? Guess where they're going to be remaining? In Mexico. Remember that? So you don't have to take the results, but you better take these 15 million people that are about to walk through your country. You're going to keep them if you want this money. And like you said, Gabe, cut off the benefits. You know how much money we give Mexico every year just for the fuck of it? You know how much money they make off of wire transfers of people coming up here and sending money back to Mexico?
Yeah.
That's our number one source of income.
That's why I said you got to give it, and I don't know, I'm no policy expert, but you got 120 days or 6 months or whatever, so you don't accidentally cut off Americans that depend on benefits. You give them long, say they need a new social security card, a new birth certificate. You give Americans enough time to get their shit together, get their paperwork done if they don't have it, and then they prove it, and they keep their benefits. And then everyone that doesn't have papers, you don't get anything. And then the Americans that get benefits, Trump says, you know what? I'm bumping everyone 20% because we're saving money on all the illegals. So here's a little bit more for you guys. Please try to get ahead in life. That's what I would do to soften the blow. I'd give them a little extra. Say, hey, we're not paying these other people who don't deserve it. We'll give you a little extra. How's that sound?
And you know what they should do? They should do E-Verify, right? E-Verify on all the companies that are hiring people, and they should fine a company $10,000 per illegal that they have, right? If they find it out, and if it's more than 3, then they get $1 million fine. Yeah. And that's it. And that's it. Because
shut your doors.
Or shut it down. You know, wanted to hold the CEO criminally responsible for this is what needs to happen. It's got to end.
Right.
And they'll self-deport.
Right. You cut off the incentive to be here. They'll have no reason to be here. You know?
Can you imagine that migration?
And by the way, Jericho, if you've been here for like 25, 30 years, then you need to walk up to the immigration center and then you start going through a process like everybody else. You know what I mean? But if you've been here for like 5 minutes, you're gone. They all know. The thing that drives me mad, so you guys know my son is waiting to come in, right? So listen to this.
8-year wait or something.
No, dude, listen to this. It went from a 4-year wait to a 9-year wait.
Oh, sure.
To a 2 weeks ago, they said, we cannot give you an estimation.
Oh.
What the fuck?
But if your son, who's not going to do this, YouTube, if your son came through San Diego southern border, we give him a cell phone and rent and everything. And, you know, if he just walked across the desert here.
You're like, Dad, look at all this shit. God.
it's so... But listen,
you'd meet
guys,
your son here in San Diego, and you'd go out to eat, and he's like, "It's on me, Dad. I got cash now.
Your money's no good here."
But it's so demoralizing. I got to tell you, and it's very, very frustrating. And these are the things that radicalize you, because there are many instances as well. Like, I mean, look at how there was all those Afghans that served with Americans, and they knew that the Taliban was coming in and they were going to murder them for working with America. Those guys should come in. And I know at least one person that was stuck, and it was because this is so crazy. He had a because he worked with a special operations group, he had a special designation number. So he didn't have one, like, I think it's like the SIV, right? So when he was trying to get an SIV, they were like, what's your blah, blah, blah number? And he said, I don't have one because I'm working with these. And it was like a black ops group, right? He goes, because I've been working with these guys. And they were like, sorry, you need a number. And he's like, but I didn't have one because I'm working with these guys who weren't even meant to be in that area and blah, 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 blah. And because normally in those situations, those guys have access to a lot of clearance, right? So they'll go in and they'll go, look, he's one of my guys, and he's straight the way in. This guy was stuck and he was going to get killed. And it's crazy to me. It's crazy. And those guys, by the way, when they come over, they love this country. And they do not want to go back to where they came from. That's a different thing. But we need to do one day, Gabe. I'll give you guys my friend Tim Clemente's number, and he'll tell you, because he works Somalia, like after Black Hawk Down, he works Somalia, and he can tell you, like, he was in a car in DC, and he recognized, he was in a cab. He recognized one of the guys. And
Really?
he asked, he asked the guy where his
okay.
accent was from, because they don't have any birth certificates.
Right.
So they'll say, yeah, I'm a 16-year-old. And you can clearly tell the guy's like 30.
Yeah.
But you can't do anything.
He's gonna be like 28 playing high school football or
He's
something.
like,
just
no,
crushing
I'm
people.
16.
He's going to be like that. Why is it that GIF, like, how do you do, fellow school children, or whatever it is?
So I wanted to wrap it up on this concept. I think I've mentioned it twice now, but I want to get into it with both of you, what you think. We're all performers here, actor, artist, writer. Jericho's a commentator, comedian. I think the spell of woke is broken. I think we're in a new age. I think that was a doorway we went through yesterday culturally, and we're just like, fuck you to woke. You're not gonna call me a racist. I don't give a shit. Call me one. I don't care. I'm gonna wear my MAGA hat. I don't care. You're not gonna do shit. I don't care. So I think we're gonna be free to have this type of stuff come back. Now I'm already making it. BigManComics.com. Dean Cain, All-American Lawman. The limited Christmas cover. You can get it right now, guys. It's only available till November 30th. Guys, are we gonna get this entertainment back? What do you think? Am I dreaming, or can we get it back now culturally?
We can get it back. We can get it back, but it's all down to conservative investors funding people that have actually done it, rather than, and I'm not going to name any names, right? But, you can fill in the blanks, but you look at a lot of the stuff that's coming out and you go, actually, who is directing this? Who is writing this? Who is producing it? And why aren't we using like people like Terrence Malick, who most certainly would do stuff? Why aren't we taking great stories to a Ridley Scott? Why aren't we doing that? It's because it's so strange how you look at like Kamala. How much money did she spend? Was it $1 billion or $2 billion? Like, it was some crazy amount of money.
God, that's ridiculous.
It's like $1 billion. She used $1 billion.
She got Megan the Stallion, dude.
Yeah, that was like $500 million right there.
That was money well spent.
But think about that. If you had, if I had $100 million, I could change the culture for the next generation.
You talked to me about this. You said you'd make $10 million movies.
That's right.
That's what you told me.
And she just got $1 billion and lost. And and don't forget, she got $1 billion, and how long was she running for?
Like
don't forget,
months.
This isn't
3 months.
2 billion. Look, 2 billion.
That's disgusting.
I think we're back.
Ford, man.
I think we're back. I think woke has been defeated. I think it's been humiliated. And there's a mandate culturally. And I think people are going to be brave. You see people, all kinds of people finally wearing their MAGA gear, people supporting Trump like never before, Democrats joining Trump. Like, it's called a preference cascade. Once somebody stands up and is brave, bravery is contagious. Fear is contagious. When that person stands up, like Marsden, you stood up, you lost your Hollywood career the way it used to be because you stood up. I stood up and lost my career at DC Comics and Marvel. Thank God I'm better off than ever because I stood up to this. Dean, you know what I mean? Like, he stood up. Like, this is why I surround myself with guys like you, because we got the same thing going on. We believe the same way. And I think when we stand up, we inspire other people to get brave and just tell people.
You'd like to think that.
Hell out of here.
Yeah, I think that there's a few of us that kind of like looked around when it wasn't cool to do it. And as you know, Gabe, I mean, we have no alternative because that's just the way that we're built. Right. But it is a little bit like you stand up and you're like, anytime, guys.
Right.
Anytime.
It was bittersweet to see Zachary Levi get all his kudos and plaudits. And then it's like, I know some other guys that were big actors that said it a long time ago. All respect to Zachary Levi, but it's like other people said it too.
I think it has to swing the other way. It has to go back to creating quality entertainment. Now, having said that, would you be willing to come back into the Hollywood fold if they're making quality entertainment? And I think in any situation where a business goes in the wrong direction to the extreme, they're going to overcorrect that and be willing to open up their wallets to get quality actors who are going to give them the kind of performance that they need to dig themselves out of this fucking hole. So if Hollywood were to say, hey, Matt, babe, you're looking good. You lose some weight? Look, we're totally changing our image. We're going to go back. You know that whole Maverick thing with Tom Cruise? This here, let me give you the elevator pitch. Here's what I'm seeing. And we're willing to pay you. We'll sign the check. You fill in the amount kind of money. Would that be enough to kind of make you come back? And because you'll be able to bring quality entertainment to everybody.
Yeah.
So would you?
It's difficult, right? It's a really difficult question to answer, and I'll tell you why. Because they've done this for years, right? They've done the bait and switch, right? So they need their like Transformers to push all their other agenda, right? They need that movie to make, $1 billion at the box office so they can go and make all these movies that don't really matter as far as budget is concerned, but it really does matter when it comes to culture. So, that is difficult. It's a difficult question. Like if they turn around to me and I could see their slate of movies and I could see that the majority of it wasn't anything like massively compromising. I mean, I think if it was like Disney, then the answer would have to be no. Because, and then what I would do is say, hey, listen, give me the money that you want to do. I'll make this movie and then you can distribute it. I think that would probably be the only way that I'll do it. But again, we're at such a point now. I mean, look, they're not going to ask me, right? I know they're not going to ask me. Like they're not going to ask Zach and they're not going to ask anyone else because their big money people are woke. Right. And so it's, even if they want to, they've got themselves into a predicament. You might see them kind of course correcting with the type of movies, but now we got to remember, guys, like how far we've gone. So a correction, it used to be a correction was, can we actually have a dad that actually is competent? Now the correction is, can we have a daughter that isn't trans?
Yeah. Right. That's what I mean? That concept of the Overton window moving,
It's moved so far that Jericho, I can't give you an honest answer to that because I don't know where that Overton window is right now. Like, well, I know where it is right now. It's like extreme left. Yeah. So I don't know where it would be shifting to without like us curating the content. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. What I would much rather do is get $100 million and go, Gabe, let's make American Lawman. Let's go and make, let's go and do that.
Dude,
that's what I would rather do.
I'm writing the second volume. I'll be done by Saturday night with the full final script. And there's a part in there that you could do and you would fucking love it. I'll just tell you, there's a British guy that's a brawler, used to be a doctor, an army doctor. You would fucking I thought of you. He's not you, but he could be you if we made a movie or a show. But I thought of a British guy.
Is he a little bit feminine?
He's 6'4", built like a brick shit house, good looks. He's a savage. He's like he's just a man. He's a man's man. He's like a James Bond if James Bond was a brawler. He gets the ladies. He's got the quick wit. I love this character. He's a brand new character I made. So, but I just want to tell you guys, everyone watching, there's a link in the description. Hit it and go get this. This is only available till November 30th. Then it's gone. This is a reprint of Volume 1, Dean Cain All-American Lawman, with this awesome Christmas cover. So I'm going to have it on sale for just like 2.5 more weeks. And then it goes into the Disney vault. Remember when they would do that? It goes into the Big Man Comics vault. Maybe we'll sell it next Christmas or 5 Christmases from now if we have some more. But it's a perfect gift. Holiday shopping is a pain in the ass. This is one gift you don't have to think about if you got someone out there that absolutely loves 80s and 90s action, or if you're the one that loves it. Please check this out. All orders before November 30th, guaranteed before Christmas, in the USA only, not international. So please get this. I love this cover. It's so playful. It's so much fun. And that's what we're doing. Well, I'm just trying to do more of this, guys. That's all I'm trying to give you because I love this stuff. It's our cultural heritage, and it's made so many lives better by inspiring people and making them happy with great storytelling. So please hit the link and go and get this. And I got a lot more amazing stuff coming. You're gonna
all
love
those movies are from the 80s. Every
that was
single
the
one of them.
zenith.
The
That
80s
was
was
it right there.
the best.
But that's
It
why
was
I brought.
great. It was so great.
But see, that's
Great.
and we'll wrap it up in a second here. But that's why I brought up this tweet of mine that went crazy viral today. It's got 56,000 impressions on it. When I said Gen X saved the world, because our cohort in red right there, we voted the most for Trump. People 45 to 64, people who lived in this world. We know how good America can be and the West. And we want this back because we lived in it. And we lived in it as kids, as teenagers. Like it felt, Matthew, Jericho, in the 80s, it felt limitless. That we were going to do anything we wanted if we worked hard. That's what it felt like. And it doesn't feel that way it feels that way for me and you two, because we're positive guys that have succeeded. But I feel so sorry for the generations under us. They don't own homes. They're not married. What are they doing? And they don't feel like they can do anything. I want them to feel this. Look at the look on their faces here. Look at Michael Douglas's face. I want people to feel that. I want them to feel that in their heart when they read my stuff. I want them to feel this. I want them to feel that joy right there, that excitement, the thrill. They can be uplifted in their own life, man. I don't want them watching this dour garbage with pronouns and you're a white man and you're enough.
Patriarchy.
Gosh, damn it.
I want those days to come back in whatever form they do, because it won't be the same. Right. But the 80s, man, they were the best. And I think if we were maybe hit with an EMP or something, and maybe technology was turned back to like 1988, dude, we'd be fine. 1988, we had everything. You had TV and movies. You have a phone at the house. You have video games and shit. Like, hey, we'd be just fine in 89 or 88 or something like that. That would be fucking great. But yeah, we can recreate that.
Could you imagine? I've been sort of just obliquely praying for this. Elon, who fixes like every problem is what he wanted to fix. He realizes that politics is downstream from culture. And Elon goes, oh, here, Mel Gibson, Marky Mark, Tom Cruise, Matthew Dean. Here's $1 billion for a studio you guys can open in Vegas. Make non-woke movies and fix the culture. Oh. I wish someone would grab Elon by the lapels and tell him this will fix culture tremendously to have this kind of art that celebrates bravery, family, masculinity, heroism. It persuades people. When you watch movies, you believe they're true subconsciously, and whatever you believe, you act on. And if you believe goodness and truth and family and bravery and sacrifice, if you believe those things are true because the movie was so good it made you feel it was true, you will live that way. That's why filthy entertainment is dangerous.
Yeah. I mean, look at what Stranger Things did. Stranger Things, it came out and everyone's like, what is this? This is the 80s. And all these kids start listening to that music and they realize that the music is amazing and it's way better than anything they've got right now. And you're right, like our yearning for the 80s, of course it's nostalgic, but it's also because we want our kids to have a better life.
More than that, yeah.
I mean, that's what it is.
You know what? I thought about you the other day, Matt. I was listening to my Spotify playlist and Level 42 came on.
Oh.
Dude,
which one? Which one was it? Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, Something About You.
Oh, There's Something About You. Yeah. That opening.
Yeah.
Bam, 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 bam.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah.
Dude, like the Level 42, Tears for Fears, Robert Palmer, it was just that kind of streak.
The lights are on.
Give me Phil Collins, my two favorite 80s guys, Phil Collins and Huey Lewis. Give me those all day.
Studio.
Right.
So great.
I was there. I saw what you did. I saw it with my own two eyes.
Oh, man. Love it.
Oh, it's too good. It's
so cool when I show my son, movie that I loved as a kid, and he loves it too. And I see him watching it, by himself, and like to the point where I'm like, dude, I hate this movie now. but it's so cool, to see them enjoy what we did, and the quality of it, man. It's great.
Jim Bob says, do y'all think it takes millions or could be done for less? Well, Jim Bob, what I do as a writer and a comic book artist, I make 120-page graphic novels. Those are made for tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Matthew and Dean, my heart breaks for them because I'm an artist too, and I understand they want to do their art. They can't do a movie for $40, $50, $60,000. I mean, I suppose you could, but oh my God, what would it be? And but you could do comics. You could do a graphic novel for prices like that in the tens of thousands. Yeah. So it's much more accessible. My art is way easier to do, crowdfund, get all that done. But for Matthew and Dean, answer this question, Matthew. I'll let you speak on it because I don't know. I know movies are expensive, but geez.
Yeah, no, look, I mean, I always say to people, you can make a movie for any amount of money. It just depends on what quality you want. Right. And I think that the part of the problem, this always comes up. Like people will say, well, how can we do it cheap? I'm like, why? Like, why would you want to do it cheap? Because if you can afford a steak, you want to get the best steak that you can possibly have. Right. So, you don't go out and say, well, you know what? I really want a steak. I'll see if I can get the cheapest steak that I can get. Right. Because you think that the quality of it is not going to be as good as a really good one. So, I mean, it's relative, right? Like things have costs, like Below the Line has a certain cost, which is like, the cost of getting the movie made. And would we be willing to do things for less than what we would normally do? Probably yes, to get it made, just so that we can get it out there. I mean, I've certainly done that. But you have to look at what the impact is going to be. And there is a sweet spot when you make a movie. Like if you want to make an independent movie, a sweet spot is between $3 to $6 million. I mean, certainly not for an action film. You can't do it for that much because it just costs more money. But you can make an independent movie between 3 to 6 million. And then that's a sweet spot for selling it. You're pretty much going to get your money back. And that is at the end of the day what you want to do. You want to make a great film, but you also want to get the investor's return on investment. And this is the problem. Think about this. As I said, I think I said this earlier, like Robert Downey Jr. and, or maybe I didn't say it on this, maybe it was on the last thing. Robert Downey Jr. and Mark Ruffalo, both together have about 107 million followers on social media. People go, that doesn't matter. Okay, well, if Mark Ruffalo has 8.5 million or 8.4 million followers, he can ask for $1 off each one of those people and make an $8.5 million movie, and all it would cost you is $1, right? So this is why I keep going on about like supporting Gabe, this channel, supporting Jericho's channel, supporting my channel, because when you get up to those levels and you want to do a cash call to make a project, like if you wanted to do an All-American Lawman movie and you had 10 million followers, all you got to do is say, give me $2 each and we'll go and shoot a movie. And that would be a proper action film.
Mm-hmm. Right. I got to address some business here real quick. Warrior Dog, jerk asshole in the comments. He's talking about the 80s. You Nazis took it. Listen to this here. See, these leftists are always actually racist. The black dude said he wants the 80s when unemployment was. I'm not going to cuss you out because you're enough of a failure as you are. Brother, you are banned from the channel. His name is Jericho. He's not the black dude, by the way.
Yeah, you fucking idiot.
Fuck off forever, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
So clown. Stupid. Anyway.
They always show themselves for what they are.
Dude, get the fuck out of here, loser.
People suck. That's what happens when you breastfeed till you're 8. Does something to you. You can breastfeed standing up. Yeah, man.
What a
does
clown.
Something to you.
Yeah, they're always the same.
The A10 scene is going to be great. Oh, we need a lot of money, guys, to make that Dean Cain movie with the A10 Warthog. Yeah.
Do you know what, though? Can I just tell you guys, this is kind of funny. I was doing a movie, that, like one of the last movies that Bruce Willis did, and we go outside. It's called Deadlock, and we shoot on a dam. And I walk outside. I kid you not, there were 2 810 Warthogs flying around super low. And I was like, you need to get the camera out and shoot those, because it looked like they were doing a flight, like flying over the dam, like checking us out, and they came around like 2 or 3 times, and they were super low.
Damn.
Super
yeah,
low.
They were checking you out.
And dude, those things are cool.
They're awesome.
So cool.
Nothing can survive it. Nothing can survive that Vulcan cannon. That the plane is built around the gun. The gun is the star of the show. There's nothing on Earth.
The videos for those, every guy sees the A-10 videos and goes, hell yeah.
Yeah. America.
Yep. I'll take one. All I need is one. I'll get some respect one way or another.
Well, I think we covered what I wanted to cover. I wanted to ask that question. Since Gen X is the cohort that voted most for Trump, are the 80s coming back? Are 80s entertainment coming back? I'm already making it at Big Man Comics, but let's hope there's investors that put Matthew and Dean in this kind of stuff. Let's just hope it starts moving that way and that woke has been just smashed. Let's hope so.
It has to. It has to swing the other way, and it has to be. But I think swinging the other way in the extreme, I guess. I don't know if that would be a bad thing. So as crazy as it gets, it has to go back the other way. And I think we're poised to enjoy that right now. So, man, this is great. Trump, I can't wait. I got some videos I'll be making tomorrow, just shitting all over them because they deserve it for the 4 years.
Yeah, they do.
Of
they
bullshit.
do.
So I can't wait. I got a lot of clips I got to get together. It's going to be hilarious. So
guys,
enjoy.
Guys, you have to go and subscribe right now. Matthew D. Marsden. That's your YouTube, right?
That's right.
Matthew D. Marsden on YouTube. And he's also on Twitter, X. And Jericho's, his links are in the description, Green's House and JG Talk on Instagram. Follow me on X, Twitter. I'm Big Man Comics. Everywhere else, I'm Gabe. I'll tell you how to spell it up there. Guys, anything else you want to promote? Or are we going to get out of here with the little Beyonce dance party?
No, man. Let's get to it. Beyonce.
Matthew, anything? Or you want to have a dance party and then we're out?
I want to have a dance party, with my old backing singer.
All right.
Biden is asleep. Kamala is at a dance party with Beyonce.
Come on.
Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Beyonce. Party with Beyonce. Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce.